Hey guys.
Very disturbing to hear these things or to kind of see some of the receipts that appear to be connected to it. And I think the taxpayers really deserve it.
Get ready for the most chaotic political race of your life. Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor of Dolton, Illinois, is running for re-election, and it's pure mayhem from start to finish. Think reality TV meets political thriller, with a dash of scandal. Henyard's support has plummeted to shocking single digits. Yes, you read that right. She's under FBI investigation, facing an eviction lawsuit, and has lost nearly all backing from her constituents. But despite it all, she's still convinced she can win. This isn't just an election, it's a desperate scramble for survival, and you won't want to miss a second of it.
I got smoke. 4K hops. I got.
Henyard's campaign is a chaotic mix of political maneuvering and outright spectacle, blurring the line between governance and performance art. A prime example is her infamous Thanksgiving turkey giveaways, what some viewed as a generous gesture. Critics condemned as a blatant attempt to distract from the township's mounting financial troubles. Meanwhile, Christopher Gonzalez has highlighted Henyard's strategic rush to convene meetings, accusing her of deliberately pushing key agenda items forward without a quorum. In the end, the turkey giveaway wasn't just charity, it was pure political theater.
Tiffany Henyard actually has 2 political jobs on 2 public payrolls, as mayor of South Suburban Dolton, or as she called.
Snow removal under Henyard's leadership was nothing short of a disaster, leaving Dolton residents to navigate treacherous, ice-covered streets, while she appeared more preoccupied with social media than the crisis at hand. This wasn't just incompetence, it was a clear disregard for public safety, forcing constituents to fend for themselves in hazardous conditions.
Like a misspending of tax funds, I think that's the biggest,
Henyard's relationships with local churches and businesses have completely deteriorated, with numerous business owners expressing frustration over her obstructionist tactics, which have made it nearly impossible to secure permits or licenses. One trucking company owner, Lawrence Gardner, even alleged that his business was shut down after he refused to make a large donation to Henyard's campaign, likening her to Nino Brown, the infamous drug kingpin from New Jack City. This isn't just bad governance, it's outright intimidation. Public outrage has reached a boiling point, with Dunn residents fed up with the relentless drama, financial mismanagement, and neglect that have defined life under Henyard's leadership. "This is an embarrassment to Dunn," one resident shouted during a public meeting, echoing the sentiments of many who are not just dissatisfied but furious. "She's power-hungry and doesn't care how much she drains the area of resources," another resident added, voicing the widespread sense of betrayal. Henyard's grip on power is slipping, but she seems determined to hold on, no matter the cost.
Investigations from federal entities. Those entities, as we know, can take anywhere from 2 months to 5 years. We feel this option.
Then there's the FBI investigation, the elephant in the room, casting a massive shadow over Henyard's re-election campaign. Federal agents have issued subpoenas for records related to the finances of Dolton and Thornton Township, with allegations ranging from abuse of taxpayer funds to questionable contracts. While Henyard has adamantly denied any wrongdoing, the investigation continues, leaving serious doubts about her political future. This isn't just about winning another term, it's about avoiding potential criminal charges. The situation in Dolton has become a perfect storm of political dysfunction, financial mismanagement, and public outrage. Henyard's re-election bid is a desperate attempt to cling to power and dodge the consequences of her actions. Meanwhile, the residents of Dolton, fed up with her antics and broken promises, are demanding change. One YouTube commenter summed up the sentiment perfectly. "The key is for residents to get out and vote." Henyard won by only a few hundred votes last time, highlighting just how fragile her position is. If voter turnout is high, she could easily be unseated. Another comment addressed a broader issue. "This is an embarrassment to the election. Officials of Illinois, how did they let this happen?" It speaks to the systemic failures that allowed Henyard to rise to power and remain in office despite countless red flags. The real question now is, how did things get this bad?
The meeting wrapped up early because 2 trustees, as you mentioned, did not show up, Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. Without them, not enough board members were present to make official.
Higher. With mounting legal battles, escalating financial issues, and widespread public disdain, Henyard's re-election prospects are growing increasingly bleak. Her attempts to shift blame, employ bizarre campaign tactics, and blatantly disregard our constituents' concerns have only fueled public outrage. This isn't just a political race. It's a referendum on her entire time in office, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
Board do not show up. We are not able to pay bills. We are not able to handle.
Tiffany Henyard's troubles extend beyond financial scandals and public backlash. Her leadership has been described as autocratic and confrontational. The eviction lawsuit she and her boyfriend, Cale Woods, face for unpaid rent serves as yet another example of her disregard for responsibility and accountability. Their landlord, Janetta Hall, a former friend of Henyard's, has called the situation unbearable, further highlighting Henyard's chaotic, reckless, and self-serving leadership style. Reports indicate she has used the police department to intimidate opponents and silence dissent, with Dalton trustee Kate Belcher alleging that former police chief Robert Collins admitted Henyard directed him to target specific individuals. The frequent presence of a taxpayer-funded security detail, costing over $1 million, has only reinforced perceptions that Henyard is more focused on clinging to power than serving her community. As these allegations pile up, so does the public's demand for change.
Your scheduled board meetings. I don't care if you agree or disagree, but you must show up to say yes or no.
The irony of Tiffany Henyard's situation is impossible to ignore. While she presents herself as a strong, capable leader, her actions continue to erode her credibility. Lavish spending, questionable contracts, and ongoing legal battles have fueled the image of a mayor increasingly disconnected from the struggles of everyday Dalton residents. The fact that she is running for re-election while simultaneously facing eviction for unpaid rent only amplifies the perception of hypocrisy. It's a stark contrast between her self-proclaimed image as a powerful and effective leader and the reality of a mayor unable to manage her own finances, let alone the town's. This dissonance between her public persona and personal life has done irreparable damage to any remaining public trust. Recent court reversals of some of Henyard's staffing decisions further underscore the erosion of her authority. A Cook County court invalidated her appointment of Michael Smith as executive assistant to the special counsel, delivering a significant blow to her already fragile power base. This isn't just a minor setback. It demonstrates how much her decisions are being questioned, not only by the public but also by the courts, further weakening her grip on power.
The term stopping the meeting, we just want to get some responsible adults, communication and try to do the right thing.
The canceled Thornton Township meetings due to trustee absences speak volumes. Trustees Gonzalez and Carlisle's deliberate actions to block Henyard from reaching a quorum reveal a deep distrust and a strategic effort to prevent her from advancing her agenda. Their decision to delay until the time limit for Henyard to appoint a replacement for the vacant trustee seat demonstrates a calculated move to thwart her power grab. The repeated failure to achieve a quorum underscores the deep divisions and lack of trust within the township board, further highlighting the fractured leadership under Henyard's rule.